All right, welcome everyone. It is Wednesday. It's 4:30 p.m. Central Time. It is office hours on our academy. Welcome everyone. Hey Andrew, how are things?
Pretty fantastic. How about yourself?
Not complaining. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. We're doing our Intune masterclass, gazillion of questions and labs, and had some distinguished guests joining us today. David James showed up for a bit, and Michael from over at Patch My PC as well. So that was fun. But
That was very exciting.
it's been a long day too. But here we are, powering through the
That's right.
last hour.
But it's been yes, it's been a fantastic week. I've been very happy with the amount of we've been getting some great questions, great conversations. As you said, one of my favorite weeks. So very good.
But what news have you?
I do have a little bit, and actually, like 5 seconds after you hit go live, and you can share my screen now if you'd like.
Yes, sir.
But like 5 seconds after you hit go live, I happen to see this ConfigMgr roadmap of sorts as ConfigMgr gets transitioned into a yearly release cycle. So it looks like we can expect few releases here, one next month, and then a couple in 2026, and then not another one until September 2027. But this is like, for me, super fresh, hot off the presses.
Yeah, I mean this is very expected.
Mm-hmm.
Already when I cut down to two releases, it was very clear that this is a product that is pretty much feature complete at this point. There will always be security updates and bug fixes and whatnot, but I mean, don't expect 400 new features in the next version. That's simply not going to happen. Smaller team in Redmond dealing with it, and what I like about this update or this, at least it gives customers a little bit of peace of mind that it's
Mm-hmm.
not going away tomorrow. It's going to be around for a while. I'm guessing a decade more, but this at least shows that all right, a couple of more years for sure.
Yeah, at least. It's nice to see some dates there too. Of course, they're tentative because that's some of those are pretty far out, but I agree. It's nice to see.
Oh, good find, very good find.
Yeah. All right. Now, for some of the things that I knew I had found before hopping on here, this is a pretty cool blog post, as Rudy often blogs about on the Patch My PC blog. Potential changes coming to device status using the IME in Intune. So basically, Rudy found, I don't want to give away all of his hard work in this deep dive here, but basically found a DLL that's showing up in the Intune management extension that is using the same components that Teams uses to manage presence. So the thought here is that this could be showing up in order to have that same real-time device status capability that we have for users in Teams. So I thought that was interesting, to say the least. If this comes through, there are a lot of things that Rudy talks about in here that this could enable. Highly recommend this blog post. We like real time, Johan.
We do.
Also came across this blog from the Intune support team. There's going to be some compliance remediation updates for iOS and iPadOS, and the M365 productivity apps like Outlook and Teams are actually going to get this. Let me see if this is the best picture we have. Get this button it's a little bit blurry because of Zoom it here, but you can get the gist, I think. If you have a device, an iOS or iPadOS device that is not compliant, you can go ahead and check compliance and then actually hit resolve here in that productivity app so that you can get back into compliance and then access the resources that you're trying to access. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Martin Bankston put out a new blog post yesterday. I happened to see it this morning. A break glass local admin solution for Windows 11 using Intune and Defender for Endpoint. There are a couple of components to this solution, basically a discovery script and a remediation script used in Intune. And then a removal script that will clean up everything after the emergency situation that you have there. And then some monitoring that you can add into Defender so that you know if you use this solution, this break glass account has been created and used on a device. You'll actually get an alert on that, or your security team will get an alert on that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I guess I think a lot of things are pretty cool now that I've said that for about the fourth time. But we have a lot of exciting things going on here in the community, Johan. And then last but certainly not least, our friend Haley Phillips posted a follow-up to her first post on Microsoft Graph, getting started and how to connect to it, what is Graph, things like that. This one is focused a little bit more on connecting and doing a few different calls to Graph. Really like these posts because they are short, to the point, and she does a great job of describing exactly what we're doing with these specific commands. Sort of breaking it down in these bite-sized chunks, I think, is really, really useful. So I wanted to share that as well. And that was all I had.
All right, then. Well, I do have a couple of things as well, so I'm going to go ahead and share one of my screens also. There we go, and I will go ahead and hide yours for the moment. Will be granted back upon request.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Well, first out, just an update about updates, I guess. Windows.latest over on Twitter just posted that Microsoft confirmed that the update and shutdown was actually not necessarily doing a shutdown rather than a restart, and it's being fixed. So hopefully that will be taken care of for those of you that have been experienced that. I figured it was worth mentioning. And I stumbled across something. I mean, I've been doing Active Directory for quite some time, and I know the importance of time sync and stuff like that, but this was a downright brilliant read that I stumbled across. Someone who explained the secure time seeding thing in Windows, or how it's securely making sure that times are correct. So turned out to be a pretty good read. So if you haven't seen that before, I highly recommend taking a couple of minutes on that one. Then this last couple of days, I did some electrical troubleshooting here over at home. One of the bucket heaters just refused to work, and after digging up that cable out of the ground, I think I came closer to the solution why that heater did not work.
Yeah, that looks pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm not an electrician, but it felt like something could have been wrong there.
Yes, and I'm happy to see you're sitting here, so it seems like you were hands off.
Yeah, those are scary. You can get a good punch from. This was only 110, but still, you can get a good sucker punch from that one.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then I did last week. I did a major update to one of our blog posts. So if you search for cloud here and go back to CloudOS deployment 4, this was a solution that we developed for a customer back in 2020. Published it with our blessing in 2021. We got our permissions to do so. And then I have been updating that to support the latest Microsoft Graph modules and whatnot. But long story short, you can use this platform or idea to basically integrate with any sort of deployment solution. But it just runs after the image has been applied to the disk, calls a web service to take care of the autopilot registration, and basically tells the client to sit tight and wait until it's done, and then we're back at the screen here. So working on the post also for ConfigMgr, but that will take a week or two to get going. But I wanted to share this one. Pretty major update compared to what it was before. Let's see what else.
Great job on that, by the way. I know you've wanted to update that for a while.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Then there was an update on BitLocker in the October patch. Apparently, there seems to be at least a couple of devices affected.
October continues to haunt us.
October continued to haunt us, but I mean, we still have November updates to look forward to, so we can hope that will be better than it was in October. Then I stumbled across a share from Mr. Niehaus, who is, this one is absolutely not about autopilot, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It was Tailscale that put together a little blog post mentioned that you can easily set up, or somewhat easily set up, a Raspberry Pi or an Apple TV as a VPN router or Tailscale network VPN, and you can send that to friends and family, so you can help them support their machines now over Christmas. That would be great. But I thought it was just a brilliant idea. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, and I had no idea you can use an Apple TV. That was just okay. Worth mentioning.
I know what I'll be doing for Thanksgiving now.
There you go. All right. Then friends over at System Center Dudes, they put together a nice little PowerShell script that basically makes sure that you have the right recovery keys in your environment. So I recommend taking a look at that one. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, I had a chance this Monday after class to go see a legend once again. It was 20 years since the last time Brad Adams came to our neighborhood, to the Rosemont arena there, the Allstate Arena in Rosemont. So I went to see him on Monday night. Fantastic concert. Still rocking after, he must be 60 plus years now or something like that.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Sounds like it was a great show.
Yeah, it was. Then we had a good friend from Sweden, Mr. Anders Ahl, who wrote a not small, but pretty good article on around Microsoft Delivery Optimization, like one article catches all type setup and ideas and tips and tricks. So as you can see from the size of this bar here, this is a very, very, very long blog post, but this is good information. So if you haven't seen it, haven't learned about VO just yet, this is a nice little, estimated 53-minute read. So we'll take you through the weekend.
That's one of those Friday night at the dinner table reads, I think.
Yeah, we can. I mean, or Christmas perhaps. Some reading Dickens, and some are reading this.
Love it.
I don't think the family will be too excited though.
Probably not.
No. But yeah, that was the news I had.
I actually had one more thing that I forgot, probably because it was, I'll say, resolved. I don't know if you came across the conversation that Windows Update titles were changing. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I saw the mass thread that emerged from it.
Yeah, so there was some discussion around, well, the announcement wasn't a discussion. The announcement was removing year and month from the title of updates. But to Microsoft credit, and Arya, who was engaging with everybody on social media, actually listened to feedback, and seems like they've backed off from that change.
Yeah, the community came together and basically said that was not a great idea.
Yes.
Didn't phrase it that diplomatic in all the tweets, but that was the gist of it. But thankfully, as you said, they listened, like, all right, let's keep them. I don't mind that they're simplifying their naming, because some of their naming is weird.
Yeah.
I remember having to write, I think I still have it. If I go here, yeah, just some of the classification names and stuff. It's like, yep.
Huh? So it does look like, if you want to pop over to my screen for a minute, it looks like this is the actual simplification here.
Yes, sir. I shall go over to your screen.
Or will be, plus the year and month still.
Good. Yeah, that is good news.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
Now, do we have any questions?
We do. So Matthew says, since we set up the CMG, I'm now seeing during OSD, for example, clients on VPN are now round-robining through all the MPs. Firewalls block all but the one they should access, yet they keep doing the round-robin. Certificates are good, boundary groups are good. How can I tell a client to select a certain management point, or what would you suggest?
Okay, so when a client is considered to be on the internet, it stops using boundaries altogether, and boundary groups. It will just use the cloud management gateway. But when a client is not on the internet, boundaries are used, and that is the boundary group that will control who they are talking to. So if a client is a member of a little bit too many boundary groups, and then too many in this case is more than one, then it becomes to be interesting. So the gist of that, make sure you don't have any overlapping boundaries. You can even set up VPN-based boundary groups in ConfigMgr, so the VPN clients can use whatever they're supposed to use. But long story short, if I go to one of my ConfigMgr environments here, I guess I have to share my screen also. I will close your screen. If I head over to boundary groups, whatever they are, in here you dictate what boundaries there should be in it. You should be using IP ranges. If you do anything else, you're doing it wrong. No, but these are very reliable. But this is also where you put in references to, okay, if you are part of these ranges, these are the systems you're supposed to use. So, forgot who was it. It must have been Trevor Jones who did that reporting on overlapping boundaries. it's a PowerShell script you can download and run.
I think I got it.
Found it? You have it on your screen?
Yep.
All right. Good job, sir.
Thank you.
Now, if I can only share your screen.
Usually it's a race, and you happen to find it like 5 seconds before me. So I'm taking this win.
You're welcome. Yeah. So maybe that. Start that.
All right. Oh, I see a comment from Zach here. I have a family member affected by the BitLocker issue, upgraded to Windows 11, didn't know it was turned on, and no recovery key saved, and we used the local account. Stuck at BitLocker now.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is no fun.
I see Dan's got a comment in here. Brian Adams is awesome. Seen him live a few times.
Yep. Can't agree.
Did you say from your tweet you've seen him twice?
Yeah, but last time was like early 2000s in Stockholm, Sweden. That was a while ago.
Pretty cool to say that you've seen him in 2 different countries.
True. True. All right. Do we have any other questions or comments?
I see Mike's comment, never moving off of 23H2 at this rate. It's been a rough weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Code writing and AI is probably great, but skipping on testing might not be a brilliant idea.
No, I would agree.
Opportunity for growth. That's what we call it.
That's right.
Right. Any other questions out there? Might want to bring up that ConfigMgr release again, just for the folks that joined a little bit later here, because this is absolutely brilliant that they're announcing this change of cadence for ConfigMgr admins. So shorthand story, it's going to be around for quite some time, but it's not going to be updated as frequently as it has been.
Yep.
So good news.
It's interesting. Yesterday, we had Jorgen joining us for our Intune course, and he mentioned this. So, little context. I saw here the March release is Enhanced Security aligned with Microsoft Secure Future Initiative. And he mentioned the amount of engineering time, the equivalent amount of engineering time that they've dedicated to this.
Holy cow, yes.
The equivalent of 34,000 engineers working full-time for 11 months. That's a lot.
That's a handful, yes.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I remember when they did that the first time back in 2004, the Trustworthy Computing Initiative. After all the Blaster and Sasser and Nimda and whatever came in the early 2000s. Also like a massive engineering effort. Must have been Bill Gates that was running the show back then.
Yeah, I would think. I would imagine those were busy times in IT with worms getting through networks and...
Yeah, that was... I remember we were sent out to University of Lund in Sweden, which is one of the largest universities in the Nordics at least, and we were there to do a Windows XP deployment project with them. So they have a team, and we just joined us as advisors and engineers to help out. And we've been there for like a day, and Blaster hit the world. 8,000 machines infected within the hour. The manager came to us and was like, "This project will have to wait. We have other work for you." It's like, "Yes, sir." We're on it.
When you hear stories like that, it sort of puts into perspective. Obviously, last year when we had to deal with the CrowdStrike thing was a lot of people had to deal with the CrowdStrike thing. It was massive. But having 8,000 devices with a worm on them in an hour in one organization.
But it was pretty much the wild west back then, because
Right.
every device they had their own like real deal internet address.
Yeah.
No firewall, no nothing. And when we started to do deployment to fix some of them, it was basically even WinPE got infected within 17 seconds after booting and rebooted. And we do deployment quickly, but not that quickly. So we had to figure out how to patch WinPE. It was an RPC DLL, something we have to change, but that was you can laugh at it now, but back then it was like, it was a long couple of weeks, long days, long nights.
I can imagine.
Little sleep.
Mike's asking how long did it take to sort out 8,000 machines?
Don't remember. One of the perks and also the good and bad things, that university at the time had a lot of IT admins, like over more than they should have.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people that could leverage, and they were leveraged. So now they have a more streamlined organization. I remember that migration project, that the biggest thing was not that you have to consolidate like 25 different, like they call it, like institutions within the university. That was technically the easy part. The problem was they have 25 IT managers and 25 different IT teams that were very different.
Yep.
There were NT4s, there were Novell, there were Silicon graphic machines, there were Windows 2000 Active Directories. That was a fun project.
Sounds like it.
We implemented Exchange for them. We implemented spam protection. And one of their business units or institutions got mad because they were doing research on spam.
Yeah.
They wanted it. And like, we can arrange that to happen.
Yeah.
And we did.
No worries. Here's all the spam.
Forward to.
Yeah. It sounds like a fun project, though.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome. All right. We do have a couple more questions that have come in. Matthew saying his security team changed the password on his join domain account, and now all of the domain joins during OSD are failing. Thank you, security. Yeah, I can imagine that they would not be too happy, the join domain steps. But he says he's added a whole new apply network settings step, as well as just updating the password, and that's still failing.
Can be to hardening also, if they did some changes for that one. There were some domain join hardening that were enforced last year, was it?
I think that's when the final enforcement happened. Let's see. Yeah, that's when the registry key was removed. So this one right here.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, net setup log is your friend. it lives in the Windows debug folder. It will tell you exactly why a device couldn't join the domain. Let me in here. Let's see. So basically, if you have domain join issues, like this one here, apparently some access denied type. Check for the final status messages in that log file, because it will tell you what's going on. I think I had another example as well that I saved out at some point. There's one missing permissions. You basically got an access denied in the end. Error code 5 is access denied in Windows. And sometimes you need to convert them over to hex so you can look them up, but check the log file. We'll tell you.
All right. Yeah, Matthew just followed up. We also have CS hardening as well. Have been checking netsetup.log, and it's either wrong password and then account locked. But your trick to use the program cal code is great. All right. Zach's asking, what's the best way to get my support team to be able to read applications in ConfigMgr? They can view and see our configuration in Intune, and now are asking about what's still on ConfigMgr. I know I can create a custom role with just some read writes to applications. Should I just do that? I would say, yep.
Yeah, that works. Or if you're not having, you're not too worried about them seeing other stuff, you can just read them the read-only analyst role.
Yep, Dan mentioned that as well.
That's a solid one.
If you do want to just create a custom version of the read-only analyst, if you don't mind sharing my screen again, Johan.
I'm on it, sir.
Thank you. Should be as simple as right-clicking on the read-only analyst, copy, call it application read-only analyst, and then deselect these. It's a few to go through, but keep this one as is, I would say.
Yep, that's a good start, for sure.
Yep. Got a question here. Have you guys seen a company using Nerdio to push applications to AVD instead of Intune?
I have not.
No, same. Probably just because not exposed that much to AVD. I know Nerdio is very commonly used for companies that are using AVD, but no, have not used it.
If anyone on the call here, on the stream happen to know, by all means, put a comment out there. I'm happy to share it, but I have not.
Mike's got a follow up here to Matthew's issue with the join domain account. You guys sure the process is the only thing using the domain join account? Save creds from another service, or someone's long forgotten map drive might be locking the account out on the regular. Totally agree. So if you've got a couple of different ways that you could troubleshoot this, I don't think I have any examples right off the top of my head, but you can use PowerShell to hit the security log on your domain controllers to see if there's a failed logon for that particular account. or if you have something like Defender for Endpoint or Defender for Identity in place on the domain controllers, you might even be able to just do some KQL queries to see where that device is getting locked out from, or where that account is getting locked out from, rather.
I mean, the Active Directory auditing logs, they're pretty good.
Yep.
The event log, so.
Yep. I've just used a PowerShell script many times to just hit each one of the DCs, because you don't really know which one it's trying to connect to, and look for the specific event ID, which I can't remember which one it is. But it's a failed logon.
Yep.
4625, apparently. That's what the Google tells me, at least.
Yeah, I like to say that's the correct one. I mean, stumble across a blog post from Brian here. Bring it up to the screen here if I can just figure out how to do that. I have too many windows, sir.
Yes, I understand. Too many windows, too many tabs.
But yeah, this is a good example here. Fine. And indeed, that was the event that you mentioned.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe that. I'll put this link in the chat, or in the link list under the video here. So. Saw the comment on SAC there.
Oh yeah, I want to live in my amazing world of being able to query a DC without giving an arm and a leg. Yeah. Frankly, I mean, where, like in a lab, for example, here, or in this lab, where I'm fortunate enough to have like Defender for Endpoint, or if I'm troubleshooting sign-in logs or audit logs in Entra, I find it much easier to just have an aggregated area, right? As long as you have access to them. That's, to your point, Zach, that's the biggest hurdle usually. There's a lot you can do once you have security logs. A lot of troubleshooting that you can do once you have security logs aggregated in one spot.
All right. I don't see any other questions, and we still have 21 minutes more to go here. So, anything on your mind, please share it, and we'll do our best to answer it.
Yeah, we're talk about it. You get us on the right topic, and we can chat.
Mm-hmm. We didn't miss any. As always, if we do, it's not by trying to be rude, it's just that we missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Right then, it looks like we are off the hook fairly easy this November Wednesday. All
right.
Well, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for sticking with us, asking good questions and commenting, and we certainly hope to see you again next Wednesday. Have a great week, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Johan. Thank you, everybody.
And it's to lose my video for the countdown.
Oh, no.
Ending. Yeah, I know. I had it here, but I managed to lose it somewhere.
And we need the video for closure for today.
I don't know what happened to that one. I think we'll simply call it a day and end the live stream. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So